Now we're going to talk about what it's like to live with alcoholism. This is the first video in a short series. We'd love for you to go check it out. So, we all know what an alcoholic is, right? It's someone who has a problem with alcohol. But what does it actually mean to live like an alcoholic? That could mean something different for everyone. Alcoholism isn't just one thing. It looks different in everyone. And no matter how much research we do on it, there will always be people who don't fit into any categories. Each person has their own story and experiences, and we want to tell some of those stories. There are many different ways to live alcoholic, so let's talk about a few of them. Number 1. Social drinking. Some people drink socially. They may not consider themselves alcoholics, because they only drink when they're having fun or with friends. They may think of alcoholics as people who can't stop drinking once they start, and they believe they're totally fine as long as they can control it. They might feel uncomfortable being called an alcoholic because they don't see it as that big of a deal. But social drinking can still be dangerous. According to the NHS, binge drinking and heavy drinking can cause a lot of problems like injuries, violence, and risky behavior. When you drink too much, your judgment and decision-making skills become impaired. It means that even if you think you can control it, you might not be able to control everything that happens as a result of drinking. So you may not think of yourself as an alcoholic, but binge drinking and heavy drinking can still affect your life and the lives of those around you, even if you don't see it as a big deal. Number 2. Self-medication. For some people, drinking is a way to deal with difficult emotions. Instead of talking to someone about how they feel or seeking professional help, they pour a drink. They might drink to forget about a bad day, to calm their nerves before a presentation, or to sleep. They might feel embarrassed about why they drink, so they hide it from those around them or lie about why they were drinking. When someone drinks to cope with their emotions, it can become a dangerous cycle. You might think you're dealing with your feelings, but really you're only masking them. Eventually you have to face them, and if you aren't ready for that, it can be difficult. It also puts your health at risk. Drinking to reduce stress can seem harmless, but you can wind up becoming dependent on alcohol to function. Number 3. Addiction. Then there are people who simply can't stop once they start. They may want to quit, but they can't. They may have tried and failed many times before and given up. They may feel ashamed or guilty about their addiction, so they hide it from those around them. They might lie about how much they drink or how often they drink. They might go through periods where they're trying to quit or cut back, but they always go back to where they started or drink even more than before. People like this usually don't think of themselves as social drinkers or people who drink to cope. They just know that they have a problem with alcohol. Then please reach out to a trusted medical or counseling provider. There is help out there. You don't have to suffer alone. Not all alcoholics are the same. Some people have complete control over their drinking. They can choose to drink whenever they want, however much they want, and they can stop whenever they want. They may not have a problem with alcohol most of the time. When they do choose to drink, they make sure to have a good time. But once they're done, they're done. These people can have a drink or two on a Friday night and have a great time without turning it into a weekend bender. They may not think of themselves as alcoholics, but they probably know that they have a tendency to abuse alcohol, so they try to avoid drinking as much as they can. These people may not think of themselves as alcoholics, but they probably know that they have a tendency to abuse alcohol, so they try to avoid drinking as much as they can. The problem is when they do drink, they can't always stop, and sometimes they have so much to lose, so they completely cut alcohol out of their lives. This can be difficult because sometimes it feels like everyone else gets to have fun while they sit there being miserable. And number 5, cut down. These people are trying to quit drinking or at least cut back. They probably know that they have a drinking problem and they want to fix it. They might be trying to quit for their health, for their family, or for their job. They might have already gone through a lot of withdrawal symptoms, but they're still trying. They might have tried to quit before, but they couldn't do it. They may not think of themselves as alcoholics, but they know that they need to change. Sometimes cutting back can be harder than quitting altogether, because every time they drink, they're reminded of why they're trying to quit in the first place. Every time they take that drink, it makes them feel worse about themselves and their lives. And as a result, they might just quit cold turkey again. Number 6. Staying alive. Sometimes people who drink a lot are so used to it that they don't realize that they're killing themselves. Their body has become accustomed to alcohol, so it needs it all the time to function properly. If they try to quit, they experience withdrawal symptoms, and these symptoms can be deadly, so they have two options: keep drinking to stay alive, or allow their body to go through withdrawals. Either way, their life is still being destroyed. They might not think of themselves as alcoholics, but the truth is, they're slowly killing themselves. One day they may drink themselves to death, or they may finally decide that they've had enough. They may have hit rock bottom and be willing to go through withdrawals to save their lives. So those are a few ways that people live with alcoholism. Remember, there are many different kinds of alcoholism, and no two people have the exact same story or experience. Everyone has their own story and their own path. Some people may relate to multiple scenarios, while others may not relate to any of them. It's important to recognize that each person is on their own journey and to respect their story. Remember, you don't have to go through this alone. There is help available. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe and hit the notification bell. If you want to see more videos like this, also, please share this video with others who might benefit. Thanks for watching and see you next time.